came as a total shock and something that I never thought was possible.
That's Jaime Battiste's reaction that will see two Mi'kmaq communities, Wagnacook and Eskazoni, move from his riding of Sydney, Victoria, to a more rural one.
And then without any consultation, without any words or any involvement from Mi'kmaq communities, to be then told, guess what, we're taking majority of the Mi'kmaq communities out of this riding.
Elections Canada is housed in this building in Gatineau, Quebec. And every 10 years, a federal Electoral Boundaries Commission recommends changes in riding borders in response to population distribution. The riding currently contains the northeastern part of Unama'ki, Mi'kmaq for Cape Breton. Elections Canada is suggesting a smaller one be created, containing the urban communities of the Cape Breton Regional Municipality, while the new, largely rural riding will house the two Mi'kmaq communities. Battiste learned about the changes when the proposal was tabled in Parliament last November and questions what the Nova Scotia Boundaries Commission did.
This is the area that's being excluded, mostly reserve land. And so how does someone make a boundary and say, we're going to keep this part of all the CBRM except this part right here that includes what? The largest Mi'kmaq communities.
Battiste is the first Mi'kmaq person elected to Parliament.
And if you look at it, it visibly seems like a Mi'kmaq community is being displaced once again after electing for the first time a Mi'kmaq member of Parliament.
5,000 people live in the Eskazoni First Nation. It's just a 40-minute drive from Sydney. Eskazoni Chief Leroy Denny says his community was not consulted and is considering legal action.
You know, this process should be stopped and be consulted at least. At least give us a say on this. And we feel this could be a personal attack, nothing to do with the party or anything like that. To me, it's a Mi'kmaq representative that is affected, and it's affecting the Mi'kmaq community.
Senator Dan Christmas of the Member 2 First Nation is the first Mi'kmaq appointed to the Senate, says the changes could hurt Battiste's re-election challenges.
To me, it's almost as if this boundary review was guaranteeing that no Mi'kmaq person be elected as an MP by taking away their voting base.
Battiste won re-election in 2021 by just over 1,000 votes. He says all politicians are worried about winning elections, but that this proposed change is about not promoting Indigenous representation.
And so, to me, it flies in the face of what Elections Canada have been saying for 20 years about creating more trust, creating more Indigenous participation, and within the first electoral boundary thing that they put out in Nova Scotia, they dropped the ball.
The Nova Scotia Federal Boundaries Commission told APTN News they will not provide any further information about the proposed change. And Crown Indigenous Relations Office said the redistribution process is independent and Minister Mark Miller cannot comment. Battiste has almost 40 signatures from MPs supporting his appeal. He will contest the proposed changes to his ridings when the House of Commons Standing Committee on Procedure and House Affairs meets later this year. Angel Moore, APTN National News, Jabuktuk, also known as Halifax.